Live from Parry McCluer High School, it's time for Lady Colonels basketball. The Altavista Lady Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. It's Conference 44 title game time. It's Altavista versus Parry McCluer. I'm Kyle Hoehne. With me tonight, special guest Dave Mabry. And Coach Mabry, you need no introduction, but I'll give you one anyway. Assistant football coach for Altavista High School, among other things, and so glad you could join us here tonight. You've got special interest in the game because your daughter Erica plays, but you're a knowledgeable, well-rounded sports fan anyway, so I think we're in good hands. And how you feeling? Excited to be up here on the radio finally?
Curious. Curious. Yeah, a little anxious to see how it goes.
Don't be anxious. Don't be nervous, anxious, any of that. It's going to be a fun time. Interested to see how the game goes tonight, though. As I mentioned, it is Conference 44 title game here. Altavista, the number 2 seed. Parry McCluer, the number 1 seed. Last time the Lady Colonels were in action, that was Wednesday night. You heard that game live on 105.5. They knocked off Cumberland at 44-28 in a game that was a little sloppy, particularly in the first half. But the Lady Colonels really pulled away in the second half, Coach Mabry. And what do you think? Do you think after such a long layoff, what did you like about the Lady Colonels' performance on Wednesday night, and what maybe did you dislike?
As far as dislike, it was the turnovers early. It was sloppy, but it was a sloppy game both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But the Lady Colonels got better as they went, and especially impressed with the play of Paris Goggins inside. She ended up with, I think, 14 points in that game, and
I got to tell you, Dave Mabry, this never happens when Oscar Briggs is around. Don't tell me you're a bad luck charm or something.
No, Oscar's just the man.
Well, that's true.
Oscar's the man.
Oscar said he was going to be listening tonight, and Oscar is a big basketball fan. Unfortunately, not going to be with us tomorrow when the guys' team plays. But we'll talk about all that as the Subway pregame show rolls on. The Simple 6 menu from Subway is here. Value made simple every day. Choose from our best 6-inch sandwiches, a bag of chips, and a 21-ounce drink for just $6. That's the Simple 6 menu at Subway in 2 great locations in Altavista to get it, of course, on Main Street, and then also in the Walmart on Clarion Road. Let's step aside for a quick timeout. We'll bring it back with some more chatting and the starting lineups and all that. It'll be tip-off time before you know it from Buena Vista, Virginia. It's Parry McCluer. It's Altavista. It's Lady Colonels basketball, and you've got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns here from Parry McCluer High School. beautiful and scenic Buena Vista, Virginia. Coach Mabry and I had a fun ride up, chatting about all things sports in Altavista. Let's chat about the ball game now, Coach Mabry. Parry McCluer coming in at 19-6. The Lady Colonels at 9-10 on the year. That's probably the first difference that we recognize immediately. But you and I were also talking about last year's Conference 44 title game when the Lady Blues came down to Altavista. Lady Colonels had to stage a furious comeback there in the fourth quarter and really held off a Lady Blue comeback attempt later on with Sydney Morris rejecting a bunch of shots there in the last 15 or 20 seconds. We were imagining that Parry McCluer remembers that game very well, and maybe they have a little bit more motivation than the Lady Colonels tonight, but that remains to be seen.
I'm sure they've had this game circled on their calendar for a while. Both teams are usual participants in the conference tournament, and fairly strong programs both ways. And I think they've been looking forward to Altavista for a while.
Yeah, it was, again, a game that Parry McCluer was very much in command for the first half anyway, and then Altavista played a much better second half, particularly in the fourth quarter. A young lady we've already mentioned, Erica Mabry, hit some big shots to spark the Colonels. And then, of course, Lady Colonel basketball fans can never forget all the things Sydney Morris did, and particularly in that game down the stretch. She turned her game up to level 10. You've seen more Lady Colonel basketball games this year than we have. Tell us about the Lady Colonel season, and I'm sure early on in the season, part of the big adjustment was getting used to playing without Sydney Morris.
Life without Sydney Morris definitely has been a learning curve there for them, but they've adjusted fairly well. I think their record's deceiving when you stop and think that 2 of their losses were to Brookville, who's undefeated in AAA right now. 2 were to Russburg, AAA Russburg. 1 was to 4A Western Albemarle. So a lot of the losses that the Lady Colonels had, and a lot of them they had early. Plus, I think the improvement of the Dogwood District as a whole, with the Gretna girls and Chatham girls both having big years. In fact, they're playing for their conference championship tonight also in AA.
Well, and that's a great point. I mean, the Dogwood District has always been pretty good in ladies basketball. It had a few lean years there for a while, and Altavista, I guess we could say, took advantage of some of those other teams when they weren't playing so well. But this year, as you said, Gretna's a lot better. Chatham's a lot better. Dan River is still pretty good. So maybe we can make the case that this Lady Colonel team is a little more, quote-unquote, battle-tested than in years past, huh?
I think so. They're not going to wow you with just straight-out basketball finesse. They're going to scratch and claw and make you work for the points you get. And a lot of times it's not pretty. And probably tonight, if the game is ugly, I think it will probably be to our advantage.
Yeah, sometimes when you can cause turnovers, when you can make the game a little ugly, you can maybe keep the score a little bit lower. That can lead to some success. And Deborah Spencer, the head coach for the Lady Colonels, no stranger to success either. She's been around for a while, knows what she's doing, and I think she'll have a pretty good game plan coming into this ball game. Regionals will start Monday. That's both for the girls and the guys. Unfortunately, we think they're going to be playing on the same night, so we may not be able to follow the Lady Colonels as much as we'd like to, but every chance we get, we'll get their games on the air. Step aside from basketball just a moment and remind everybody about the
Kids never get this excited about cleaning teeth.
Starts at 9 a.m. Your chance to bid and buy over the phone.
But dogs
We've got
do.
the items. We run down our list.
Watch
That's
them
available
go wild for an irresistible treat
KDCountry.com,
that keeps
and also on our
tails
Facebook
wagging and
page.
teeth healthy.
And you call in and bid.
Fight
just like
harder
an auction.
and freshen breath
And
with
as
the
night
#1
goes on,
vet
we'll run
recommended
down
dental
some of those
juice.
items
Greeny's
that we
Dental
have.
Juice.
But let's run down our starting lineups before we get to the team's starting lineups. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support of E&S Mart. You'll find the most craft beers in stock for miles and miles around, over 160 different varieties of craft beer. Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, your authorized train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Sonny Merriman, Virginia's premier bus company. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. And our live internet broadcast at kdcountry.com is brought to you by Chris Owen, your Allstate agent in Lynchburg. Go online and get a quote from Chris Owen today. Basketball fans are always in good hands with Allstate agent Chris Owen. I would assume we're going to do the national anthem here, although I don't really see anybody getting ready for it just yet, as we get to hear the smooth stylings of Kenny Rogers over the PA speakers. Dave, we've been commenting the musical selections up here at Parry McCluer are a little different than what you're used to in the basketball gyms. Not saying they're bad, but they bounced around a little bit. They've crossed many genres.
It goes from one end to the other. It covers everything.
Fun evening up here so far, and a pretty good crowd. I'd say the gym's about 50% capacity right now. Seeing some familiar faces, and I think maybe they're going to do they're going to do the starting lineups before the national anthems, it looks like. So we'll attempt to follow suit if we can. For the Parry McCluer Lady Blues, they're going to go with number 3, Lindsey Chittum. Number 4, Katie Patterson. Number 21, Mackenzie Wheeler. Number 25, Christina Van Brocklin. And number 31, Ashley Austin. They are coached by Adam Gilbert. And as Dave Mabry and I were strolling around in the lobby outside the gym, I saw Adam Gilbert's number retired out there. A very good boys basketball player for the Blues, not that long ago, 2006 graduate, I believe.
Parry McCluer used to have a player a few years back named, what was it, Cardolero? Yeah,
I think I've heard of that guy, Mike Cardolero from up here. And that's obviously a joke. Mike Cardolero, a Parry McCluer graduate and the head coach for the Altavista Colonels. Had some folks asking us if Coach C was coming to the game. I think he's out scouting, but he may be listening, Coach Mabry. So big shout-out to Coach Cardolero, Coach Harris, Coach Ward, all those guys, and any of the guys, players that might be listening. Chancellor Mormon is taking in the game firsthand up there in the top row of the visiting bleachers. The Lady Colonels are going with, as a starting lineup, it looks like, number 44, Brittany Mason, number 21, Haley Kraft, number 15, Whitney Davis, number 12, Addison Mormon, and number 23, Sierra Gord. Interestingly enough, Dave, that lineup is vastly different from the starting lineup on Wednesday night.
Yeah, but I don't think it's quite
accurate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're just announcing the reserves.
They're announcing everybody.
Wow, okay,
yeah.
So fooled this untrained broadcaster right there. So let's find out who the official starting lineup is. Yeah.
It'll be Addison Mormon, Taylor Kraft, Casey Cox, Brittany Mason, and Victoria Burgess.
That's right. So it's Mason, Burgess, Mormon, Cox, and Taylor Kraft in the starting lineup. Apologies there from us, as we were fooled by the public address announcer here at Parry McCluer. Perhaps I was fooled. Dave Mabry, always on the spot. And
I'm still hearing Kenny Rogers in my head.
Well, you can hear Kenny Rogers a lot on our airwaves anyway, but you're not really used to hearing it in the high school gymnasium for a basketball game. But fun nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
Again, the Lady Colonels coached by Deborah Spencer. Here come the starting lineups for the Lady Blues. Again, the crowd is behind their club. Let's talk for a minute, Coach Mabry, because you've got experience both on the women's basketball side, but also the football side as well. Not easy to come into a place like this and play and knock off the home team when they've got such a good environment like they do here at Parry McCluer.
No, it's not. The travel factor is always big when you take that bus, especially taking the bus across the mountain, and then rabid crowd.
Yeah, crowd is on their feet right now, some of them anyway, for the player introductions. They get the music going. No light show like Altavista High School, but that's just one of the great things about Altavista High School is they go the extra mile to do some of that stuff that other people don't. You see a lot of state championship banners here at Parry McCluer High School, and the region banners up as well. They've had a lot of success in a lot of different sports. See, now they're just now getting to the Parry McCluer starting lineup. Maybe we mistimed our Subway pregame show just a little bit, Coach Mabry, but that gives us another chance to tell you about the new grilled chicken strips at Subway. No artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives. All white meat premium cut chicken that is expertly prepared, lightly seasoned, and grilled to perfection. The new grilled chicken strips at Subway, they taste better, and they are better. It was Flat Tees Friday for me, Dave. What'd you have on your Subway stop? You came into the car with a Subway bag. Did you not eat, or did you just get that for Eric?
I had the turkey.
Okay.
I had the turkey on wheat.
I do turkey on Thursdays. Egg white Wednesdays, turkey Thursdays. It's all with the alliteration and the letters there.
That's the thing about Robert Duff. He'll let you get it any way you want.
That's right, yeah. Now it is time for the national anthem. So let's step aside. Tip right after this on 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellas Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellas Chevrolet in Altavista.
Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus company, Sunny Merriman Incorporated, along with their employees and families, joined together to congratulate the Altavista High School athletic teams for their outstanding sports seasons. Sunny Merriman wishes you the best in the playoffs and in your quest to bring home more state championship trophies to our community. Go Colonels, make us proud.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Perfect timing here on the Subway pregame show, which is slightly different than the timing we had earlier, Dave, where we were completely not timing it up right. But national anthem concluded here, and it looks like both teams are ready to take the court. And both teams, again, will be in action Monday night. Times and places to be determined, I believe. But this one should be fun. Friday night hoops from Buena Vista. We were talking about Mike Cardellaro in the pregame. We were talking about Charlie Manuel, of course, the great Major League Baseball coach in the pregame from Buena Vista. It's a lot going on up here, but I think at least a quarter of the town has made it into the gym tonight for basketball. Brittany Mason. Oh, go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say a lot of them wanting to get in to get out of the houses being snowed in for a week.
Yeah, that's been the thing with this weather that we've been having, and I'm sure it's a little bit worse up here in the mountains. Tip goes to Parry McCluer. That's Katie Patterson. Lady Blues in the home white jerseys, blue trim. Everybody's got black shoes and blue socks. Basketball poked around, and Victoria Burgess comes away with it for the Lady Colonels. Up ahead quickly, she finds Casey Cox in transition. Cox going to slow it down, send it back to Burgess. Lady Colonels working right to left from our perspective. We are courtside right here at midcourt from Parry McCluer High School. Kraft tried to dump it off to Mormon. Mormon had to chase down the errant pass. And now the Lady Colonels are going to reset. Looks like a man-to-man defense here early. Here's a travel on Victoria Burgess. You and I were talking on the way up. Blues went with the zone a lot last year, but apparently Coach Adam Gilbert wants to try his hand with the man-to-man defense to start.
If you've scouted the Altavista girls, you know you need to play man-to-man, be in their face, put pressure on them, try and force the turnovers.
Parry McCluer, offensive end. They dump it down low. That's Van Brocklin. Shot up, no good. Addison Mormon on the rebound. It was actually Mackenzie Wheeler on the shot, and Mormon there with the box out in the board. 7:05 left to play in the Select Air first quarter, still no score. Lady Colonels in the road black jerseys, orange and white trim. Turnover there at half court. Patterson, right side of the lane. Layup will go down. It's a 2-0 early lead for the Parry McCluer Lady Blues.
Full court pressure.
Yeah, here's the full court zone press, it looks like. Mason looking for somewhere to go. Finds Mormon in the middle of the court. Addison Mormon's going to dribble through the traffic. Now all the way to the hoop. 10-foot jumper won't fall down. It was contested. Rebound by Christina Van Brocklin and the Lady Blues. They nearly threw it away on the far sideline. This is Chittum bringing it down court. They throw it down low to Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin shot too strong. Air ball. Now a kick-out shot to Chittum. That doesn't hit anything except the back pad. Parry McCluer got another offensive board. Chittum driving off the window and down. 4-0. Parry McCluer leading early. Lady Colonels looking to break the full court pressure. Taylor Craft with the left-hand dribble. Looking for somewhere to go. Lady Colonels have used up about 6 seconds of the 10-second count. Deborah Spencer saw that and burned the timeout. Let's take the timeout with her. It's a 4-0 lead early for Parry McCluer. Lady Colonels basketball when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
6:01 left to play in the first quarter. Coach Deborah Spencer burning the timeout for the Lady Colonels. And Mr. Mabry at that zone press for Parry McCluer is going to be a tough animal tonight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We had problems with it last year, and the problem is the guards for Parry McCluer that are right up in front of everything are long, and throwing over top is difficult.
Taylor Craft pull-up jump shot from 16 feet. Left elbow is good. Rattling home to cut into the deficit by half. It's a 4-2 Parry McCluer lead now. 5:33 remaining in the Select Air first quarter. Chittum has it top of the key. Now she goes right wing to Patterson. Patterson dribbles through it to the free throw line of Van Brocklin. They try and go back in the middle of the paint. It's intercepted by Brittany Mason. Good job by Mason to step in front and make the turnover, the steal for the Lady Colonels. Kraft has it again, far sideline, looking for somewhere to go. Finally finds Mason, right wing. Brittany Mason, couple left-hand dribbles. Now she'll pick it up over to Cox. 5:05 left to play in the first. It's a 4-2 Parry McCluer lead. Loose ball. Mason has it. Now she lost it, and now they're going to call the jump ball. That was Lindsey Chittum that, really just took it away from Mason on the ground.
Chittum's everywhere. She's a ball hawk. Everywhere the ball is, she seems to be around.
Senior guard for the Parry McCluer Lady Blues. Inbound play coming for the Lady Colonels. They have the possession arrow. They bounce it into Brittany Mason. Dribbles at left wing. Fires an overhead pass to Casey Cox. Cox will work it back out, and Victoria Burgess wants to reset the half-court offense. Lady Colonels trail by 2. Cox driving, got to the free throw line, now gives it off to Mormon. Mormon circles the defense, moving to her right with a right-hand dribble. Back to Burgess, and there's a foul on Victoria Burgess. That's going to be on Katie Patterson, her first, and the team's first. Comes with 4:35 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Kraft inbounds to Mormon near the baseline. Mormon dribbles to the top of the lane, now off the window. Shot won't fall down from 5 feet left side. Long rebound collected by Ashley Austin. Austin over to Lindsey Chittum. Chittum cross court back to Austin. 3-ball on the way, too strong, back iron. Rebound controlled by Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin throws it up off the window and in. Christina Van Brocklin gives Parry McCluer a 6-2 lead. We're nearly halfway through the first quarter. Lady Colonels down 4 and looking to get out of this full court press again. They do find Mormon right at the timeline. She'll dribble into the front court. They get it back to Burgess.
Trying to solve this Parry McCluer man is going to be probably a tough task right here.
Yeah, it's going to be even tougher because you have to scramble in such a way just to break the full court pressure. You don't get much of a breather when you finally do get it in the half court. Mason, left side of the paint, shot up and went in, but the foul came before she got the shot off, and it's on the floor.
And that's how we've got to try and attack things. Get the ball inside, see if we can get them in a little bit of foul trouble, and attack it and pound it in.
Kraft going to inbound. Left side of the scoring hoop for the Lady Colonels. Does get it into Burgess, who had to work hard to pop free. She tried to bounce it down low to Mason, and that's intercepted by Parry McCluer. They're coming up right in front of us near sideline, up ahead to Chittum. Chittum can't finish the lay-in. Parry McCluer's got an offensive board. Chittum for 3. That's good. Lindsey Chittum extends the lead for the Parry McCluer Lady Blues, 9-2.
She's not the one we want to have an open 3.
Well, she was open in that corner there, and it's coming off of these offensive rebounds. Now Parry McCluer's got a steal. Kicked out of bounds by Taylor Kraft. Going to give the basketball back to Parry McCluer. Yeah, it seems like the Lady Blues coach are getting some extra chances on the offensive end. It's not that the Lady Colonels aren't boxing out. Some of these are just bad breaks. They throw it inbounds, top of the key. It's Wheeler. Wheeler's jump shot too strong. Rebound there, controlled by the Lady Blues again. That's Kate Beverly. Chittum nearly lost it, just hands it backwards to Beverly, right wing. Now it goes right of center to Ashley Austin, about 35 feet away from the hoop. Lady Colonels look to be in a zone defense. 3 ball from Austin. Rattles up, won't fall down. Offensive rebound again by Van Brocken. Now it's Austin with the offensive rebound. Lady Colonels can finally clear it out of bounds.
We're getting killed on the boards right now.
Yeah, it's almost like the Lady Colonels have the bodies in the paint, but they're not really boxing out and moving.
Not moving their feet.
Exactly. Substitutions for the Lady Colonels include Erica Mabry. She'll inbound. Gets it into Haley Kraft, who is in. Also Paris Goggins in the game. Burgess and Mormon stay, but there's a turnover in the backcourt. Lay-in attempt won't fall down, but Haley Kraft has committed a foul. No, they're going to say offensive. Well, they're not calling a foul.
We'll take it.
Double dribble or a travel is about the only other thing I can think of. Mabry gets it in. Almost stepped across the baseline, in doing so. Addison Mormon has it now in the front court. Lady Colonels break the full court press, but now Parry McCluer sets back into man-to-man. There's a foul on the right wing. It was Lindsey Chittum with too much body contact on Taylor Kraft. Lady Colonels will inbound. This is Mabry doing the honors again. Overhead pass in the right corner to Mormon. Nice high-low pass down low to Goggins, and that's a good way to get some points. Paris Goggins with 2. Nice dish from Mormon to get it to her.
Picking up where she left off the other night.
No kidding. Goggins trying to stop the 2-on-1 fast break. She does. Parry McCluer has to clear it out. Here's a 10-foot jump shot. That will fall home for Ashley Austin. 11-4 now the score. Burgess looking for some help. Throws it cross court left side to Mabry. Mabry throws it in the front court, and now you got a backcourt violation as Goggins was looking backwards to Burgess. Burgess was still in the backcourt.
That's an inexperienced mistake there.
Yeah, Goggins caught the ball, and if she would have just given Burgess a few more seconds, or maybe even just 1 second to get into the front court, it would have been okay. Parry McCluer, Lady Blue basketball. They lead 11-4. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. This is Chittum. Spot up 3. Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound is loose. Goggins had a hand on it, but they're going to call it jump ball, mutual possession.
You got to like how Paris Goggins is getting on the floor after the ball and stuff right there.
Yeah, Goggins is, again, like we said, a sophomore. Very good game Wednesday night. You can see that she's active.
Going with a bigger lineup here with Taylor Lee coming in.
Yeah, Lee replaces Mormon. And this is a place maybe where the Lady Colonels can use the height advantage that they have on the court right now. Inbound play for Parry McCluer. No good. Taylor Kraft runs down the rebound at the at the free throw line. Goes middle of the court to Victoria Burgess. Burgess running the point, bounces to Mabry. Mabry turns her back to the bucket momentarily. Bounce passes to Goggins. 11-4, Lady Colonels trail. 1:17 left to play in the Select Air first quarter. Pass intercepted there. Here comes Parry McCluer the other way. Patterson throws it up ahead to Chittum on the left-hand post. Chittum redirects and makes it off the window and in. 13-4. Heady play right there by Chittum. Lady Colonels inbound at far sideline. Kraft looking for somewhere to go. She finds Mabry. Mabry, couple dribbles with the left. Now up ahead. Goes to Taylor Lee. Burgess will work it to her right. Right wing now. It's back to Taylor Kraft. Crap.
Need to settle down and get it inside.
Absolutely.
Like that.
They tried it there, but Taylor Lee couldn't convert from 3 feet on the right side. It was a contested shot. This is Ashley Austin now for the Lady Blues. 30 seconds left. Austin wants to try a long two. 17-footer from the right wing won't go in. Burgess on the rebound. She'll bring it up far sideline using the ankles. Knocked out of bounds. They're going to say that's last touch off of Burgess. Brandy Bell will check in the game with 24.7 seconds left in the quarter. And I don't know, Dave. It's Lady Colonels haven't played awful right now, but they're about to be trailing by double digits if Parry McCluer can score on this possession.
Parry McCluer is forcing the tempo with their press and with their man, and we're having a hard time getting set up in our offense.
Yeah, if the Lady Colonels could just slow it down a bit on the offensive side, could take some air out of the ball. Jump shot on the way from Kate Beverly. She drains that one a long two that we'll call at least an 18.5-footer. And there's the buzzer to end the first quarter. Lady Colonels didn't get a shot off as they were still in the backcourt. 15-4. Altavista down 11. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
Select Air second quarter about to get underway from Parry McCluer High School. Lady Colonels trail by 11. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Dave Mabry. And Coach Mabry, we were discussing in the quarter break there. Coach Deborah Spencer went with the taller lineup to help on the boards, but there's obviously a give and take there. If you try and pack it in the inside, the three-point line might become a little bit more open. But I don't know. You like that move right now? I think the Lady Colonels have to get a little better on the glass myself.
Yeah, definitely. And when she made that move, it was better. It was better for us on the rebounding edge. But what was happening is they were getting more open looks on the outside. So, like you say, it's give or take.
Well, and I'd certainly like to take my chances with a team shooting from the three-point line rather than, 2 feet away, because even the best three-point shooters are probably only about 35 or 40%. So maybe that's the way to go for Coach Deborah Spencer right now. It's Lady Colonel basketball. They trail by 11. They're in the front court. Burgess has it right wing, working to her right. Now lobs it down low for Mormon. Mormon can't get it to go, and it's one and done again on the shot attempt for the Lady Colonels. And Parry McCluer's got a run out. Wide open layup for number 21, Mackenzie Wheeler. That stretches the blue lead to 17-4. Brittany Mason's just going to dribble out of the backcourt pressure. Now she'll hand it backwards to Victoria Burgess. Burgess, chest pass to the right sideline to Cox. They've got Mormon again down low. Mormon lost it momentarily, trying to turn and go to the hoop. They're going to whistle Addison Mormon with a traveling violation. Another turnover for the Lady Colonels, and that's going to prompt another Deborah Spencer timeout. Let's take it two. Lady Colonels trail 17-4. Still 7 minutes left to play in the Select Air second quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
17-4, Parry McCluer on top over Altavista. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you are, whether you're around town listening on 105.5 or whether you're listening online at kdcountry.com, like I believe our good friend Agent Zero Oscar Briggs is, maybe with the TuneIn app perhaps. Coach Mabry, another timeout from Coach Deborah Spencer. Right now, the Lady Colonels just don't have a lot of answers, and maybe the timeouts you can change strategy in a timeout. But I think Coach Deborah Spencer maybe just wants to kill some of this Parry McCluer momentum if possible.
I think that was as much to calm down her girls as anything else. They're effectively getting the ball down inside.
Yeah.
But they're just not finishing right now.
Long two up and good for Katie Patterson, and that was a contested two. Lady Colonel's defense wasn't bad there, but Patterson just reining it in from about 18 feet along the right wing. Lady Colonels will break the timeline. Well, they do, but they nearly lost the basketball. Mason had to save it. They were in trouble there. Altavista ball in the forecourt, 19-4. They trail. 6.5 minutes to play in the Select Air second quarter. Traveling violation again for the Lady Colonels. It just seems like they can't do much right now, Dave. And
defensive pressure has them rattled right now. They're trying to get the ball inside, but they're turning it over before they have an opportunity to get it down.
Long jump shot on the way again for Ashley Austin. That is off the window and in.
Did she call that?
I don't know, but the bank is open late here on a Friday afternoon in Buena Vista. And Parry McCluer threatening to blow this wide open. 21-4 is the lead right now. Erica Mabry back in the ball game for the Lady Colonels. On the court right now for Altavista, it is Mabry, Mormon, Mason, Cox, and Victoria Burgess. Mabry's looking to inbound. Going to lob it up the far sideline looking for Cox, but Cox can't get to it. It's Ashley Austin on the steal. Parry McCluer setting up shop again. Motion offense. Cox nearly had a steal. Austin dumps it down low. Nice extra pass to find Wheeler, but Wheeler can't finish right in front of the hoop. Parry McCluer with an extra chance again on the offensive rebound. Chittum driving, gets it to go. Middle of the lane, 10 feet. Deborah Spencer wants another timeout. 23-4. Lady Colonels trail by 19. Still plenty of basketball left to play, though, on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus company, Sunny Merriman Incorporated, along with their employees and families, joined together to congratulate the Altavista High School athletic teams for their outstanding sports seasons. Sunny Merriman wishes you the best in the playoffs and in your quest to bring home more state championship trophies to our community. Go Colonels, make us proud.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
23-4. Parry McCluer on top right now over the Altavista Lady Colonels. Again, guys are in action tomorrow at 1 p.m. at Altavista High School against the Cumberland Dukes. That game will be on our airwaves, but it's going to have to wait until we finish the KD Country radio auction. Hoping to wrap up around 2 or so you won't have to be delayed too much, but we will air the game in its entirety. It'll be on tape delay. Carrying violation by Victoria Burgess in the backcourt. And now, Dave, it's sort of a different turnover every time for the Lady Colonels. It's not one particular thing that's burning them, but you can tell this defensive pressure from Parry McCluer has them rattled.
Oh, no doubt. And it's a physical, in-your-face type of pressure, and the games that Altavista has lost over through the year have been against the same type of field.
Foul there is the first one committed by the Lady Colonels. It's on number 10, Casey Cox.
And that might say something in itself right there with her first foul with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Well, that's a good point. Inbound play goes quickly underneath to Patterson, but Patterson can't hang on to the ball. Knocked out of bounds by the Lady Colonels. Paris Goggins back in the ball game. She joins Mabry, Mormon, Cox, and Burgess. Inbound play gets thrown to the top of the key for Parry McCluer. Lady Blues basketball. This is Chittum with it. Crossover dribble. Mormon almost had the steal. Now he goes down low, trying for the extra pass. It's off an Altavista defender's leg and out of bounds. So Parry McCluer will reset. 5:10 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. 23-4. Altavista trailing. Catch and shoot three from Lindsey Chittum is good.
Can't let her shoot.
Boy, Chittum is putting on a show with the quick trigger from the right wing three ball. 26-4. Lady Colonels down 22, and they haven't scored in a while. Burgess moving to her left with the dribble. Now this is Mabry, about 5 feet behind the left wing three-point line. Over to Goggins. Back to Mabry. Mabry's going to dribble. Trying to bounce it down low to Mormon, and that is taken away. Here comes Austin quickly the other way. Up ahead to Patterson. Her shot won't fall. Rebound controlled by Mabry. Good hustle by the Lady Colonels to get back and fortify the back line of the defense. 26-4. Altavista down, but not quite out yet. 4:20 left to play in the Select Air second quarter. Mabry dumps it off right wing to Goggins. Goggins chest pass between the circles to Cox. Cox down to Victoria Burgess. Burgess looking for somewhere to go. Colonel's operating right now exclusively behind the three-point ring. Now they dump it inside. It was Burgess down low momentarily. 4 minutes left to play in the half. Burgess picks up the dribble in between the circles. Going to leave it off for Cox. Cox running past to Goggins. Goggins got caught too far underneath the hoop, and the shot actually hit the bottom of the iron. Parry McCluer the other way. Chittum bounce pass to Patterson, and that's good from the left side of the hoop. The storm continues. This locomotive that we'll have to call the Parry McCluer Lady Blues is on the tracks and doesn't appear to be slowed down much. Cox now, far sideline, works it to the right wing. Mormon pops to the top of the key, now throws to the bottom of the key to Goggins. Goggins' shot will fall, and she is fouled.
Good job by Paris setting a target down low and a good pass into her right there.
Yeah, it was a well-designed play. Mormon popped to the top of the key, free throw line, caught it. Goggins set that target on the low post, like you said. Mormon hit her with the pass, and then Goggins finished through the contact. Chance for a free throw here for Paris Goggins, sophomore post player for the Lady Colonels. Takes your time on the free throw stripe. It hits the front of the iron and won't go in. Taylor Lee almost grabbed the rebound but couldn't. Now it's over to Mackenzie Wheeler for the Lady Blues. Another catch and shoot three, this time from Reba Willem. That won't go in, and it is Taylor Lee on the defensive rebound. Burgess is going to try and beat the defensive down. Full speed ahead. Gets it off to that is Haley Kraft. Erica Mabry now in between the left wing and the left sideline. Guarded tightly man-to-man defense by Wheeler. Mabry drives, shot up. It was partially blocked. Goggins catches the redirect. Her shot won't go in, and she can't control the second chance. One-woman fast break here for Mackenzie Wheeler, and that's swatted out of bounds. That'll stop play with 2:41 left to play in the half. 28-6. Lady Colonels down a full 22 points. Second quarter brought to you by Select Air. Call 332-2600. That's 332-2600 for Select Air, mechanical and electrical. Inbound play for the Parry McCluer Lady Blues. They lead by 22. They've been on top and in charge the entire ball game. Steal there by Taylor Kraft. Now another long three from Chittum, and it goes in off the window. We mentioned that some after-hours banking was available earlier to the Lady Blues. Well, that one I don't think was by design, Dave.
Oh, no.
The long three-point in off the bank. No pictures on the scoreboard. Taylor Lee inside for 2 points. Good bucket there for the Lady Colonels. 31-8 now. Altavista with the points there. Brandy Bell in the game for the Lady Colonels. She joins Taylor Lee, Haley Kraft, Taylor Kraft, and Paris Goggins. This time the three ball is airballed from the Lady Blues. Out of bounds, harmlessly. It's Altavista basketball. The only problem with that air ball, Coach, is it allows Parry McCluer to set up the full court press. If it hit the iron and the Lady Colonels could have got a rebound, then the Blues can't exactly set up the full court pressure. But now you got to go right into the teeth of this full court defense from Parry McCluer. Kraft looking for somewhere to go. She finds Taylor Lee. Lee right back to Taylor Kraft. Kraft fakes to her right, now goes left. Stopped at the half-court stripe and knocked away. Taylor Kraft diving after it. Great effort there to get down on the floor, but they'll say last touch off with Taylor Kraft. We're here courtside. You might even could have heard the bodies banging around a mere 10 feet in front of us.
Not far from us at all.
Blue basketball. 95 seconds left to play in the half. Taylor Lee bats down the pass, but she can't control it. Blues will reset the offense. They throw it down low post. Now it's a kick-out shot for Chittum. Three ball. It won't go in, and that's rare for Lindsey Chittum tonight to miss one. Jump ball there is Goggins Lee, and I believe it is number 23, Hoehne was battling for it for Parry McCluer. Possession arrow favors the Lady Blues. They get it inbounds. Baseline, Katie Patterson looking for somewhere to go. She'll just wheel around the defense to her left. Now shovels off. They got it down low to the freshman. That's Hoehne, but it was blocked away by Paris Goggins. Lady Curls going the other way with some energy. Taylor Craft steps into a three, and that's good. Taylor Craft. Nice job by her getting set up, and she found some open space over there, Dave.
Yeah, what's happened, Parry McCluer has had to substitute a little bit now, and we were able to get down the floor and more relaxed on the shot.
It was a very relaxed-looking, comfortable rhythm shot there from Taylor Craft. Lady Colonel's defensive efforts picked up a bit here, too. We're down to 35 seconds left to play in the half.
Altavista's had to come out of their zone, more or less.
Yeah, they've gone into the man-to-man. Bell out here guarding the basketball. That's Katie Patterson. Bell looks like she's got a steal. They'll call it jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Lady Colonel, so essentially Brandy Bell did come away with the steal for Altavista.
And what's going to happen defensively for Altavista right now is they're going to have to get a little bit nasty. They're going to have to get a little bit nasty defensively. And they're going to have to react a little better to the pressure and the nastiness that's in their face.
Sure, yeah. And you pointed it out earlier. Lady Colonels have only committed one foul in this half. You got 5 to give. Mormon driving to the hoop. Took an extra step, though, and they whistle her for the traveling violation. I'll finish the point. You've got 5 fouls to give for each player, and that doesn't mean you go out there and you just play reckless and you try and hurt the other team. But at some point, you do have to step up and play a little bit more physical and maybe use up some of those fouls. At the very least, you maybe send Parry McCluer to the free throw line and see how good they can shoot from there. We've seen they can shoot plenty well from the field. Turnover there by the Lady Blues is going to give the Colonels a basketball. 9.9 seconds left to play in the half. Let's see what Deborah Spencer's got in mind for a last-second shot type of play.
Probably try and get it. Taylor Craft throwing it in, and probably try and go back to her if she can get it in.
She does get it in. Used up about 4.5 seconds of the count, though. Brandy Bell has it. Picks up her dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Got it to Taylor Craft now. Taylor Craft wants to drive. Lost the basketball, though, out of bounds.
You can't pick up your dribble that high up the floor.
Yeah, she picked it up a full 45 or 40 feet anyway away from the hoop. 0.2 seconds left. The Lady Colonels on the inbound play. Just got to catch and shoot. Don't even have time for that. Shot won't count. Bell made it, but it was after the buzzer. We've played one half of basketball here from Parry McCluer. Subway halftime show on the way when you come back. Lady Colonels trail by 20 on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus company, Sunny Merriman Incorporated, along with their employees and families, join together to congratulate the Altavista High School athletic teams for their outstanding sports seasons. Sunny Merriman wishes you the best in the playoffs and in your quest to bring home more state championship trophies to our community. Go Colonels, make us proud.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show is here. Lady Colonels trail 31-11. Back to basketball in a moment. But basketball fans, you want to make sure to check out the KD Country radio auction this Saturday. If you don't know what it is, it's a chance to get some great deals on the things that you love. Food certificates from places like Applebee's, Outback, Texas Roadhouse, Buffalo Wild Wings, Charlie's, a whole lot more restaurants on there as well, and plenty of other wonderful items as well. The auction list is at kdcountry.com or on our Facebook page. Basically, we run down the list. We announce the items live. If you're the high bidder, you take it home with you that day. And, Dave, I don't know if you've ever participated in one of our auctions before, but it's a fun event. And basically, let's say we got the Applebee's gift certificate from Applebee's in Altavista. It's a $25 certificate. If I want it, I'll call in the station and I'll say, all right, I want to bid on it. I want to start my bidding at $5. If you want it to, you'll bid $6, and just like that. Or if you're really tough, you'll just jump up to $15 on me and try and scare me out of there. There's some strategy involved. It's a bit like a poker game sometimes.
A lot of bidding strategies are there. Oh, yes.
But,
yes, having been an old eBayer.
Yeah, there you go. You fit right in here. So, again, we'll run down some more items as we go. Back to hoops here as the Lady Colonels not having the most fun time in the first half. They trailed 31-11. They were down 15-4 at the end of first, and at the end of the first quarter, I should say. And the start of that second quarter was particularly not what the Lady Colonels wanted. They did play better there, though, Dave. It seemed like in the last, 2.5 minutes of that second quarter. And hopefully that's something they can build on.
They switched up to a man-to-man and became more aggressive, which I think is, as I was telling you during the break, I think that's part of our problem right now. We're not necessarily handling teams that are aggressive with us very well, and we're not as aggressive as we need to be defensively. And we're sitting back in that zone. When we came out in man, we forced a few turnovers. What we've got to be able to do now is be able to capitalize on them once we force them.
Well, that's a great point. Lady Colonels had some chances. Parry McCluer was much better on the glass for the most of the first half, but Altavista did make some adjustments there and seemed to get some more rebounds. This is the Subway halftime show. And, of course, we'll give you a chance to win with Subway. We may do that here in the Subway halftime show. Make sure you like KD Country's Facebook page. Mr. Mabry and I will give you the word, and if you're the first, not the first person, but all the people that post the word to the KD Country Facebook page will be entered into a chance to win a foot-long meal deal courtesy of Subway in Altavista. Let's do that right after this quick timeout. We'll step aside here for a moment during the Subway halftime show. Lady Colonels trail by 20, 31-11. 1 half to play from Parry McCluer High School. It's all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show returns from Buena Vista, Parry McCluer High School, the site. Let's give you a chance to win with Subway right now. Just post the word playoffs to the KD Country Facebook page, and you'll be entered into a chance to win a foot-long meal deal courtesy of Subway in Altavista. The word we're looking for is playoffs. I'm not even going to try and spell it because my broadcast partner, Oscar Briggs, knows that the easier the word, the harder it is for me to spell, Dave. I actually misspelled the word snow the other night. And, yes, I did graduate high school. I graduated college. I don't know. Maybe there weren't enough spelling tests. I think I just got rattled. But the word we're looking for right now is playoffs. And you mentioned your turkey preference from Subway. What else do you like? Have you had the Flatteezas, Dave?
No,
You need to try the Flatteeza, man. I'm telling you, go get your little veggie Flatteeza is what I like to do. You throw a little spinach on there, some black olives, some banana peppers. It's fantastic. And
I have had the new grilled chicken, though, and that was very good.
Yeah, the grilled chicken at Subway is good. I may have to do that next game. And let's switch gears for a moment while we got you here and go back to football, if I may, because you're an assistant coach with the Altavista Colonel football team. So you've got a great perspective, and maybe we haven't picked your brain enough on this subject. Take us back. We'll talk about the entire season, but I want to start it like this. Take us back to the locker room there after you guys got the win in the second straight state title game. Tell us about the wild scene there. How crazy was the celebration this time around?
It actually, this time around, was a little bit calmer than the year before. from you got to remember from August on. I mean, we were expected not only by fans, but we ourselves expected to be where we were, and and then part of it with the game being so close with Essex, some of it was relief, and just sort of because that was probably the only time we were really pushed all year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you think back to the Hoehne game, certainly you guys pulled away late, but late game drama, that was about all that you guys had this year. You mentioned the expectations. I think that's a good topic of conversation, particularly since the basketball team has similar expectations. You mentioned you put the expectations on yourself. How did you manage them all year long? I mean, everybody knew what the goal was, but was it tough to keep the guys focused and still take it one game at a time?
No, not really. Our kids were probably, as a whole, probably more disciplined than a lot of the adults that were around. As far as expectation, and you hate to use cliches all the time, but one game at a time, as you said. Which is the way we approached it, but our kids were the same way. Our kids, had we not been there saying one game at a time, they would have still been thinking that way.
Yeah. Is that part of the reason that this team this year and last year were so great, because they were so mature and businesslike about those games?
Very businesslike, very smart kids, and when you have 5-6 starters that start for 4 years, I mean, you expect it too.
Yeah.
And they met every challenge before them.
Let me ask you, even though you're out there every day and practicing with the guys, seeing all the games, as amazing as they were, they still had to do some things that made you say, wow, right? I mean, I remember some of those moments, whether it was Thornhill breaking a long run or Michi making a play or Clyde or Destin or somebody at the linebacker spot. I mean, they still had to do some things that even got you pumped up, right?
Yes. I mean, there was always a wow moment, and I'll put it to you like this, and I think you'll understand it. Come June the 6th or 10th on graduation day, I didn't shed tears at my daughter's graduation, but I'm probably going to share the tear or two at this one.
Allison, you didn't hear that, did you? You're not listening right now, are you? Of course, Coach Mabry's oldest daughter, Allison, a former volleyball player and standout athlete at Altavista High School. We normally put these games on YouTube after the fact, Coach. We may have to not put this one on there just because of that.
If I'm not in the doghouse for that, it would be something else, so that's fine.
Oh, we're having fun for sure. And unfortunately for the Lady Colonels basketball team, we're having more fun than they are. Subway halftime show is done. Third quarter about to get underway as Parry McCluer will inbound right here in front of us. The Lady Blues lead by 20. Next chance we get a free throw or something, Coach Mabry. We'll ask about what maybe the Lady Colonels can do to get back in it, but I have a feeling it might be that right there. They got a turnover right at midcourt, and they'll set up shot on the offensive end.
They started out man with that, and, of course, they're probably going to have to stay man and a lot of pressure to try and force some turnovers.
And lob it down low for Mason. Mason has to track down the loose ball. She's shoved to the ground. No whistle there, and that could be part of the reason why we didn't have many fouls called. The officials letting the gals play just a little bit out there. Parry McCluer ended up with 3 personal fouls. The Altavista Colonels 1. Jump shot from Casey Cox. Left wing won't fall in. Rebound.
Again, not doing a good job of getting position in for the rebound in there.
Yeah, they're there, but they're not stepping in front of the Lady Blues enough and then moving the Blues out of the paint, too, with the box out. Jumper on the way from Christina Van Brocklin along the left baseline, and that is good. 33-11. Blues stretch out the lead. 7:10 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. Mason flings it ahead to Victoria Burgess. Burgess driving, some contact, no whistle. Shot won't fall. It's rebounded by Parry McCluer. This is Patterson bringing it up on the left side. Gives it to Chittum. Chittum just hands it right back to Patterson. 3-ball up and good from the corner pocket from Katie Patterson. This Parry McCluer ball club can sure shoot the lights out, Dave.
This guard combination of Parry McCluer's Chittum and Patterson is as good a guard combination as our girls have seen all year long.
Absolutely.
Chittum is a player.
They leave Cox open for the NBA range three, but she doesn't shoot it. Instead bounces it off to Addison Mormon. That pass is stolen away. It's Katie Patterson going the other way by herself. Lay in from the right side is good. And Coach Deborah Spencer is going to use another timeout. Let's take it with her. 38-11. Parry McCluer on top on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905. Personal, memorable memorial moments, celebrating life and more. Pre-arrangements with confidence, trust and care from our family to yours. Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Third quarter action here from Parry McCluer High School in Buena Vista, Virginia. I'm Kyle Hoehne. Joining me tonight, my special guest, Dave Mabry. We have got some information from Athletic Director Dean Hubbard. The Altavista girls will be at Surrey on 6:30 Monday for East Region 1A quarterfinal action. The guys will host Matthews. That's Matthews at Parry McCluer on Monday. Not sure who the guys have just yet. I'm going to try and find out.
Girls are going to have a haul on Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be a long ride out to Surrey.
It'll be about a 4-hour drive.
And again, the guys will be at home. We're going to have that game on 105.5, but I'm trying to secure some radio updates from the girls' game on Monday so we can keep you informed. Fast and furious action right here in front of us at midcourt. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Parry McCluer. It's going to stay with Altavista. You can probably hear some of the Parry McCluer fans behind us. They don't agree with the call, but I think the officials got it right. Lady Colonel's inbound in the backcourt. Burgess looking for a little bit of help. She'll just use the left-hand dribble to break the timeline. Using the angle over to the left side. Now it's off to Casey Cox. Cox bouncing middle of the paint. Taylor Craft tried to dive in there and save it. Now she does have it. Tie up. There's the jump ball call.
Good job by Taylor getting on the floor.
Yeah, good job on a hustle play there to save possession. Possession arrow favors Altavista. 5:42 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. 38-11 our score here. Lady Colonels have trailed all game. Cox catches on the inbound, throws across court left side to Taylor Craft. Craft little head fake move. Now the dribble drive. And there's a blocking foul on Parry McCluer.
And that's what our wing players are going to have to do is be a little bit more aggressive, taking the ball to the hoop and if nothing else, draw fouls. We just can't. We're not going to get those spot-up shots.
They lob it into Goggins. Goggins a couple post moves, doesn't get a shot up, dishes it off to Taylor Craft.
She's got to go straight up with that.
Goes to Victoria Burgess now. Yeah, Goggins had it in tight there and maybe didn't have the best look, but she could have drawn contact. To throw it down to her again, up and in. Nice job by Goggins on the catch. Turns to the basket and gets 2 points for the Lady Colonels. 38-13. Altavista trailing. Another three ball on the way from Parry McCluer. Off the back iron, didn't fall. That's a rare one tonight. They've been pretty hot from beyond the arc. Now they have it right side to Ashley Austin. Chittum with it again along the right sideline. Back to Austin. Free throw line jumper off the bank and in. Cashing in off the window. Well, paid a lot of money to put these backboards in here, Dave. Might as well use them, I guess. It's Parry McCluer's philosophy.
And they've used every inch of them so far.
Absolutely. Cox, pull-up jumper from the right wing. Too strong off the back iron. Now they're going to whistle Taylor Craft with a foul, reaching in violation. First foul on the Lady Colonels of the half, and it comes nearly halfway through the third quarter. 4:36 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. 40-13. Parry McCluer on top with the basketball. Sierra Gord checked into the ball game for the Altavista Colonels. Her first action of the game. She's out front guarding the basketball as we speak. Now they bounce it down low. Kick out shot for Chittum. Three ball. Just a little short hit off the front iron and then the back iron. Rebounded by Victoria Burgess.
Interesting strategy by Deborah there, putting Sierra Gord on Chittum, a taller forward type on Chittum there to try and slow her down a little bit.
Well, that's something we used to see Sydney Morris do, go to the top of the key and play defense like a guard.
The Squid could cut off some passing lanes, too. Oh, my.
Trying to employ the same strategy here with senior Sierra Gord. She's out there guarding the basketball again. This is number 31, Ashley Austin with it. Bounces it left wing to Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin now. Gord got a handle on it, but Van Brocklin got it back. Gord's doing her best out there, bringing some energy and some life to the defensive side. Two-pointer up and good by number 31, Ashley Austin. That was a long two. 17.5 feet from the right wing. Just a hair inside the three-point line. Mabry has it, left wing, closer to the left sideline. Lob pass, looking for Goggins, stolen away by Austin. She throws it ahead, and there's a foul there at midcourt. And the Colonels maybe with not a bad foul, because it probably was going to lead to points if Mackenzie Wheeler was able to catch the long lead pass and dump it in for a layup.
Wholesale substitutions for the Lady Blues.
Yeah, on the court right now for the home team, they've got Kate Beverly, Hannah Kraft, Mackenzie Wheeler, Lindsay Chittum, and I'm missing one blue, but Chittum doesn't mind. She's going to fire the three anyway. That's no good. It's Reba Wilhelm in the game for the Blues, was the fifth player. Colonel basketball in the front court. Mabry holds it over her head, bounce pass right wing, closer to the right sideline to Haley Kraft. Goggins pops to the head of the key and catches an outlet pass. Now they got it down low to Gord. Gord turns, shoots, and blocked away. It'll be Altavista basketball in the inbound play. Gord had good position, but Hannah Kraft for Parry McCluer just closed quickly and swatted it out of bounds. Inbound play to Kraft. Kraft trying to drive baseline, cut off, going to reverse it back out to the top of the key. This is Burgess moving to her right, bounces it off to Mabry. Mabry spins away from the basket, toeing the three-point line. They're going to get her for a traveling violation. There was a bit of contact there, Dave, but at some point I guess you got to adjust to the referee. Yeah. They are letting them play.
And you've got to, and something I've been saying earlier, you've got to expect that contact. Mm-hmm. You've got to hold your ground, not panic, stay in there strong.
Yeah, Colonels have played through the contact at times today, but there have been some other times where they haven't handled it well. And sometimes when you're getting some contact, you got to give some contact too.
Exactly.
It's just the name of the game. Again, you don't go out of your way to do anything dirty, but, you do as much as you can get away with, particularly in basketball. 42-13, Lady Colonels trail. 2:15 left to play. Set shot on the way for the Lady Blues is no good. Gord grabbed the rebound, but she's bumped to the deck. They will whistle a foul on that. This is Altavista basketball with 2:13 left to play in the Select Air third quarter. Donnie and the gang will fix any electrical or mechanical problem, including ACs, heat pumps, plumbing, and more. And they'll be at your house fast, usually within 45 minutes or less for the repair. 2-minute warning here in the Select Air third quarter. Gord steps to the top of the key to catch the pass. Nice long pass down low to Goggins. Goggins can't finish from the right side. Another contested layup opportunity won't fall for the Lady Colonels.
Good pass from Sierra Gord, but you got to finish the shot.
Katie Patterson, 3-ball, corner pocket is good. Sound familiar? It should. Patterson and the other guards for Parry McCluer have had a field day from beyond the three-point ring. Turnover, they're going the other way. Quick layup opportunity is good by Reba Wilhelm. Timeout on the floor. Let's take it to 47-13. Altavista trailing from Parry McCluer on 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellas Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellas Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Select Air, fourth quarter about to get underway from Parry McCluer High School. Just to update you on the boys' side, they do play at 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's a home game against Cumberland. That game will be on tape delay on 105.5 KD Country. We will air the game in its entirety after the KD Country Instant Auction. And I did find out, Dave, that the guys are hosting Essex Monday in the 1A East Region quarterfinals. So a familiar opponent, certainly on the football side. We talked about the Essex game in the Subway halftime show, but I can't recall the last time the Colonels played Essex in basketball, although I feel like they played them recently in one of those Region A games, or maybe even in the new format, the East Region.
Yeah, I can't recall either. But I'm sure we'll see some old friends.
I would think so. I would think a lot of those football guys are going to be out there. It should be an exciting matchup, and it's playoff time. They're all usually pretty good. This is a Conference 44 tournament final that we're at right now. And Altavista trailing. They've trailed the entire game. Looking to get back into it. They've shown fight the entire game. Got some new faces in there as well. This is Lindsey Chapman with the basketball. Brandy Bell in the game. Also, you have Whitney Davis, Taylor Lee, and Haley Kraft are the 5 Lady Colonels on the court right now. Bell looking for somewhere to go far sideline. Dribbles to the left elbow of the paint. Now dishes it over to Chapman. Chapman's a senior guard. Taylor Lee had it momentarily but lost it. Parry McCluer going the other way. Katie Patterson shot up, fouled, won't go in, but she will head to the free throw stripe to shoot 2. 47-13 our score. Lady Colonels trailed 31-11 at halftime, 15-4 at the end of the first. Patterson, and again, it's been some other players as well, Dave, but with Patterson and Chittum from beyond the arc, you mentioned they're one of the best 1-2 punch as far as backcourts you're ever going to see at this level.
And the way they run their team, I mean, and Patterson plays that 2 guard, and Chittum being the point, and Chittum runs, and she runs the show. And she knows about tempo. She understands tempo of the game and when to push it, when not to push it. And just a strong leader.
Yeah, 2 real floor generals out there in the backcourt for Parry McCluer. Just to close the loop, assistant coach for the guys, Troy Harris, informs me that Altavista has not played Essex since he's been coaching there. So it's at least 5 or 6 years. NBA range 3 won't fall for Reva Wilhelm. And there's the buzzer to end the third quarter. Fourth quarter on the way from Parry McCluer. The Blues lead 48-13 on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus company, Sunny Merriman Incorporated, along with their employees and families, join together to congratulate the Altavista High School athletic teams for their outstanding sports seasons. Sunny Merriman wishes you the best in the playoffs and in your quest to bring home more state championship trophies to our community. Go Colonels! Make us proud.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
48-13, Parry McCluer on top in Conference 44 tournament final play. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Dave Mabry. Exciting weekend of action all the way around on KD Country. Of course, this game here tonight that we're excited we were able to bring you. Radio auction tomorrow starts at 9 a.m. sharp. After that, we'll air the guys' game. Then it's the Honky Tonk Jukebox. After that, full weekend of fun, Dave, and you're not going to be involved in all of it. But I think you're going to take in that guys' game tomorrow, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Or you got other plans?
Oh, no, definitely go to the guys' game.
Well, I know, again, we talked about those expectations on the football side. A lot of those are similar on the basketball side. Of course, the guys' team trying for the 3rd straight state championship. And the drive for 5, I've been calling it, because a lot of those guys looking to get their 5th state ring. Not going to be easy, though. Still got to earn it on the court. Parry McCluer has earned it here tonight. They almost lost the basketball here in the front court. Burgess bumped into Ashley Austin, and now they finally do call the foul. See, that's an interesting play there because Burgess hit her full speed at one time, and they didn't blow the whistle. And then she kept driving, and Burgess just kind of rode her with the arm, the hand check, and then they finally blew the whistle.
It gave the official time to actually blow his whistle.
Maybe that's what it was.
For the synapses to fire.
All in all, I think the referees have done a nice job in this game tonight.
It's been a pretty good officiated game.
17-footer won't fall in on the jump shot there for Parry McCluer. Yeah, it's been interesting. I mean, they haven't called a lot of fouls, but it certainly hasn't been one-sided. I mean, they've not
at all.
They've let them play. They've called it equally on both sides. Turnover there for Lady Colonel.
And it's been a physical game, but it's been physical both ways, and it's been consistent. We've just got to handle the physicality a little better.
Sure. Chittum hands it off to Ashley Austin. Austin's just going to walk it to her right around the defense. Now she catches a return pass, top of the key, swings it right wing to Van Brocklin. Burgess out there trying to play defense. Van Brocklin, jump shot from the right wing, 15 feet, won't fall. Brittany Mason on the rebound for the Lady Colonels. On the court right now for the Altavista Colonels, it is Cox, Mason, Burgess, Taylor Craft, and Mormon. Inside shot won't go in for Brittany Mason, but Casey Cox there on the follow-up. And she makes it go in from the right side of the hoop, 48-15. Parry McCluer still on top. Looks like Coach Deborah Spencer's gone to the old triangle and 2 defense. Again, I am only a moderately trained basketball broadcaster, but you see Mormon and Cox shadowing Chittum and Patterson. And then it looks like Burgess, Kraft, and Mason just kind of staying put in the lane there. You don't see that triangle 2 gadget defense much, Dave. Any opinions, thoughts one way or the other here today or otherwise?
Usually it will be effective, but what we're seeing here is the Lady Blues 3 and 4 being able to handle the ball and come out up top and not really have a problem with it because they handle the ball so well.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how great Chittum and Patterson are, but the rest of the team for the Lady Blues isn't shabby either by any stretch of the imagination. Shot off the window won't fall down for Mackenzie Wheeler, and then there's a foul on the rebound there. Mormon snatched the rebound for the Lady Colonels.
Good rebound by Addison.
Yep. Tell us about Addison Mormon because, we've talked about her a bunch because I know her mother listens to the guys' games. Chancellor playing on the guys' team, but she likes to attend the Lady Colonels game. Addison Mormon, just a freshman. Talk about her growth this season.
Oh, it's been tremendous from the beginning of the year to now. Addison will get the ball and take it to the basket. Defensively, she creates a little bit of havoc. Of course, tonight, the guard she's going up against, we've got a freshman going up against 2 seasoned senior guards. But the future is very, very bright, going to be very bright for Addison.
Mason scored a bucket while we were talking for the Lady Colonels, and Parry McCluer wants to take a timeout. We'll take that with them. 48-27, Lady Blues on top. You're hearing it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
48-17, Lady Colonels trail. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Dave Mabry. Our sound engineer, Eleanor Hoehne, back at home base. A-plus job as always, and she will be very much involved in the big day we have tomorrow. Brittany Mason has it for the Lady Colonels. Right side of the paint, 10 feet away. Now she works it in closer. Nice little drop step move. Got it inside off the window and in.
Brittany's gotten better at that here in the last few games, working on her drop step, becoming a better finisher.
Yeah, that was a nice soft touch off the glass. To get 2 more points. Mason's got 4 in a row here for herself and the Lady Colonels. Defensive pressure working right now on Parry McCluer. Almost 5-second count. Mormon out up top guarding Lindsey Chittum. Chittum, chest pass to Van Brocklin. Now it's Katie Patterson dribbling. Round the defense to her right. Shot was blocked away by Casey Cox. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Parry McCluer. 4:14 left to play in the Select Air fourth quarter. Repairs and new installations, too. Select Air does it all with prompt and courteous service. Lady Colonels have trimmed the deficit here to 48-19. 29-point deficit.
Big thing for the Colonels now is to try and finish with a little bit of positive momentum to try and be able to take on that long trip to Surrey.
Well, that's an excellent point. I think that's why you're seeing a lot of these starters still out there for Altavista. This time the 3 ball won't go in from the corner.
And Parry McCluer still has their core in.
Well, that's a good point.
And they're working on things for their next round.
Sure. Adam Gilbert has substituted some. He hasn't gone very deep in the bench, certainly not as deep as Coach Deborah Spencer's gone. Coach Spencer has played everybody so far tonight, at least to my knowledge anyway. But it's the starters out there right now for Altavista. Full court pressure still employed by Parry McCluer, and the Lady Colonels will get it in. Taylor Craft just going to dribble it up the left side. Now tosses it ahead, long pass to Mormon. Mormon driving, a little out of control. There was some contact there again on both sides, no whistle. Referee's letting them play, and then there's some more contact on the far side as Burgess knocking it out of bounds off of Katie Patterson.
Now might be the time for both to possibly look at maybe subbing a little bit as it starts to get a little haphazard on the floor. You don't want to see anybody get hurt before the next round game.
Baseline drive cut off there, but they dump it inside to Wheeler. Now Wheeler back outside to Lindsey Chittum. Chittum's going to circle it to her left, works it all the way over left wing. Finds Patterson. She's 2 feet away from the left sideline. Tries to dribble by the Colonel defense, but can't. Just gives it up. Now gets it back. 3 minutes even left to play in our ball game. 48-19. Lady Colonels trail. Nice little lob pass inside to Wheeler, and Wheeler gets it to fall after a member's bounce. Hung up on the rim for a while and finally went in. 50-19 now. Altavista behind. Mason has it in the front court, right at the volleyball attack line. Now it's Victoria Burgess. Over to Cox, right wing. Casey Cox now off to Taylor Craft, and Craft hit hard while in the air and shooting. And this is going to send Taylor Craft to the free throw stripe. Shoot 2 for the Altavista Lady Colonels.
The pressure Parry McCluer is putting on now, the full court pressure, is more token pressure. They're setting up, but then they're just giving ground, not like they were playing in the first half.
Yeah.
Now we've got wholesale subs.
Yeah, changes here. Let's get Lady Colonels players first on the court right now. For them, you have Brandy Bell, Haley Craft, Sierra Gord, Paris Goggins, and at the free throw stripe, Taylor Craft. Craft's second free throw won't fall in, so it's a 30-point deficit, 50-30, Parry McCluer on top. Parry McCluer pulled their starters, and that drew a big applause from the home team crowd, who has, I'll give them credit, stuck around for most of the game. Friday night basketball, I guess, was on their to-do list. It's, again, the gymnasium really more about 60 or 70% full right now, and again, they've hung around. Sierra Gord taps the ball away from Reba Wilhelm with the jab move there, but McCluer basketball here, and now you get another change for Altavista. Whitney Davis in the ball game now. For the Lady Blues from Parry McCluer, they have Aisha Jackson, Mackenzie Henderson, Reba Wilhelm, Katie Beverly, and missing one player for them, it looks like Hannah Craft is the other player for Parry McCluer.
A lot of Crafts have been on the floor tonight.
Yeah, too many for me to count, too. Altavista has Haley and Taylor Craft, the sister combination. Hannah Craft is a freshman post player for Parry McCluer. We were talking on the way or before the game. Parry McCluer, famous for the name Wheeler. They just have one on the roster. Free throw good for Reba Wilhelm.
Back in the day, that Wheeler name was definitely a football name.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Wheelers on the gridiron, both playing and coaching. Second free throw goes in for Reba Wilhelm. Another change for the Lady Colonels. It'll be number 14, Lindsey Chapman, in the ball game. And Altavista will inbound. Got to travel the entire length of the court to score. They're now down 32. 1:44 left to play in the ball game. Subway post-game show will follow this. We'll wrap it up with players of the game and talk about what the future holds for both Colonel basketball teams. Get it down low. That's Whitney Davis that had it and lost it. Pass was a little too hot to handle. Score on the guys' side. Covington is beating Radford right now, 31-27 at half. That is the game that Coach Mike Cardellaro and his crew are scouting right now. Sealed there by Sierra Gord. Now she can't hold on to it. Keisha Jackson recovers the basketball for Parry McCluer. And, of course, Colonel fans remember Radford. That was the team Altavista beat in the state championship game last year, and a lot of people have both of those squads penciled in for a return trip. But, as I said earlier, Dave, you got to play the games
You got to play them first.
And there's a whole host of teams, Covington included, that would love to spoil the plans. And that's the thing about when you got a dynasty, Colonels do. You've always got a target on your back. And everybody always wants to hit the bullseye. There's a foul underneath.
You will get everybody's best. That's what we went through in football. You got everybody's best shot.
Well, I'll ask you this as we get some free throws here from Kate Beverly with 1:08 left to play. Do you kind of relish that? Do you kind of enjoy that? Do you play that up to the players as a selling point's not the right word, but a motivational tool maybe to say that, hey, we're the top dog. Everybody wants to beat us. Let's own it. Let's act like it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, you do. And, of course, one of the problems you have, especially when you've got a group like what we had, and it wasn't really a problem for us, but it's hard to give them motivational type stuff for every game when they've played in so many big games.
Sure.
And you tell them that the team they're playing next is capable of beating you.
Right.
And they've played, you figure between football and basketball, and you add all the playoff games in, 40-some games in basketball, 40, almost 50, and then 30 in football in the last 2 years.
Right.
And how many of those were big games?
Sure.
And then you're trying to tell them that these games that this team is capable of beating you, and that's hard.
Yeah.
But the kids did a good job of motivating themselves. So.
Whitney Davis on the steal, and the 14-foot jump shot from the right side of the paint falls in. 54-22. We're down to 15 seconds left in the ball game. We can talk about that and a few other aspects of the playoff run in the Subway postgame show as this game is going to finish up. Doesn't look like Parry McCluer wants to get off a buzzer beater. Their crowd coming to life on their feet, applauding their team, and with good reason. It was good performance by the home team tonight. They win 54-22. Subway postgame show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news.
How bad is it, Doctor?
We've done all we can. Your heat pump's not gonna make it.
Oh, no.
Honey, it's going to be okay. We'll call Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, 332-2600. With over 60 years experience, they'll have us comfortable again in no time.
I recommend Select Air to all my patients. Call 332-2600 or visit selectairmechanical.com. They can handle all your home comfort needs, and they're an authorized trained dealer. It's hard to stop a train.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show is on here from Parry McCluer High School. Lady Colonels dropped this one 54-32. The new grilled chicken strips are on at Subway. No artificial flavors, no artificial preservatives. All white meat premium cut chicken that is expertly prepared, lightly seasoned, and then grilled to perfection. It's the new grilled chicken strips at Subway. They taste better, and they are better. Excited to have Subway again sponsoring our meal for the KD Country Radio auction. Robert Duff and his crew is going to feed all of our staff tomorrow, and that's something we're always excited about. We did the win with Subway earlier. Don't know if we got a winner yet or not. I'll have to chat with our sound engineer, Eleanor Hoehne, about that. Brief little trophy presentation there for the Conference 44 champion Parry McCluer Lady Blues. We'll attempt to wrap things up here, and let's first talk about this ball game a bit, Dave. It didn't start well for the Lady Colonels. They had some spurts there in the first half where they played better, and in the second half as well. But Parry McCluer just too tough to handle tonight.
Basically you had a very experienced team, especially a guard, against a fairly inexperienced team, and that was just it in a nutshell. Handling pressure, handling the physicality. The game was a little bit physical, and not in a bad way, but it was in a bad way for us.
Right.
And we didn't handle that well. Possibly. What you're looking at with the Lady Colonels are going to have to be able to try and handle man physical pressure, which is what they're going to see at Surrey. They're going to see man-to-man, in-your-face pressure.
Yeah.
And they've got to be able to handle that.
Yeah, typically those Region A teams, not always, and I say Region A, Surrey's from the old Region A and the old setup that we used to have, Altavista, Region B. But typically those Region A teams from out east of Richmond, they do tend to be athletic. They do tend to get after you in a full court setup. And certainly the long drive is not going to be easy. Let's use your football expertise again. How do you combat that? How do you get over that, taking those 3, 4 to Surrey? It may even be 4.5 hour ride for the Lady Colonels. What can a coach do, or is there anything you can do?
Well, one thing, you're going to have a meal sometime before the game, and probably the best way we would attack it in football, the way Coach Sharnish usually would set it up is probably have the meal somewhere halfway, a little more than halfway on the trip. Give the kids a chance to get out, stretch their legs, and actually sit down and eat, and allow enough time for that. And then be able to get to the game and get there early enough where you can get acclimated to the environment.
Sure.
And get used to everything.
Yeah, not going to be an easy trip for the Lady Colonels. As we said, Parry McCluer will be hosting. Let's take a quick timeout, and we'll, again, wrap this one up, and Dave and I will do a little bit of a preview for the auction tomorrow, and then also we'll preview that guys game, Altavista hosting Cumberland tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's Colonels basketball. Lady Colonels fall in this one, 54-22. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus company, Sunny Merriman Incorporated, along with their employees and families, join together to congratulate the Altavista High School athletic teams for their outstanding sports seasons. Sunny Merriman wishes you the best in the playoffs and in your quest to bring home more state championship trophies to our community. Go Colonels, make us proud.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Final segment of the Subway post-game show here on 105.5 KD Country, excuse me. Lady Colonels lose by 32 in this one. I mentioned Subway was going to cater the radio auction tomorrow. Getting Subway to cater your event is really a good idea. And, Dave, I used to say to Oscar all the time, you bring Subway to your next sales meeting or office function or whatever, you're getting the promotion by the end of the day. Man, in your line of work, I don't know if you'd want to feed all your students, but maybe the colleagues, maybe at least your boss, bring them a Subway. I'll tell you, it's nothing like catered Subway. Showing up at a function and seeing those Subway subs or that giant sub over there.
We've had Robert cater for our officials before our playoff game with Franklin last year.
No wonder you guys won. I'm just kidding. But Subway feeds everyone and feeds everyone effectively as the Subway post-game show is wrapping up here. Again, Lady Colonel basketball is brought to you in part by the KD Country Radio Auction. 9 a.m. tomorrow, your chance to be the high bidder on hundreds of must-have items like a one-night stay in the honeymoon suite at the Holiday Inn downtown Lynchburg, certificates to Joe Bean's, tickets to the Spring Lamb Feast at San Souci Vineyards, a $900 queen-size mattress from Simply Sleep, and the list really does just go on and on. Go to kdcountry.com to check out that list. Check out our Facebook page as well. And again, after the auction, we're going to air the Colonels guys game in its entirety over Cumberland. We're going to air it on tape delay. Your best bet is just to get out to the gym, listen to the radio auction all morning, and then take it with you over there on the ride over to the gym. See the Colonels in person. They certainly are a sight to be seen in person, Mr. Mabry. We love it when folks listen. We love it when they tune in. We love it when they tell us they did tune in. But, I mean, honestly, your best bet is to get out there and see those guys in person because they really are a show.
You need to see it to believe it. When you play defense the way Coach C coaches it, and you have the athletes playing the defense that Coach C coaches, it's a sight to see. And again, if you're looking for 100 points a game and all that, then Altavista basketball is probably not for you. But if you're looking for a defensive game where they just take their hand and put it around your throat and hold you down, that is Altavista basketball, and that's Coach Cardellaro basketball.
Yeah, that's a great way to phrase it. Sometimes that hand gets even tighter and tighter as the game goes on as well.
When a guard looks up and he sees 6'4" on the wing in his face, and he has a hard time shaking him, that just gives you an idea.
Yep.
It's something to see, and people need to get out and see it while it's here.
Yeah, and you mentioned probably not going to see 100 points, but you are going to see some high-flying stuff on offense. They can shoot the through. Thornhill is Donovan Montague got in on the Dunk Fest the other night. That really brought the roof off of the place. Let's talk about the guys' chances tomorrow. I think everybody assumes they're the favorite against Cumberland. Coach C has told me that Cumberland is a smaller team, but an athletic group where they're going to play about 5 guards at a time. I'm thinking for the Colonels, you want to put your best foot forward, not just for tomorrow, but to get some good vibes going into next week into regional play.
Oh yeah, you want to be playing your best ball, and that's the thing. You play well. You want to play well, not just necessarily win a sloppy game and go on to the next one, but you want to play well. And the thing is, this is the time you peak. And of course, with getting such a slow start because of football, because your starting five were all football players, getting such a slow start now. They're hitting their peak a little bit, and you just want to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, the momentum has been strong. The weather tried to slow the momentum a bit, but very quickly before we get out of here, let's get our Chris Owen Good Hands Award Player of the Games in. I usually go first, Dave. I'll go for the home team, the Parry McCluer Lady Blues, and you can echo this if you want to, but I think we're pretty safe to go with a combo pick here of the two guards, the seniors Lindsey Chittum and Katie Patterson. We've been talking about them all game long. No reason to not honor them with the Player of the Game award.
No doubt. They drive the car.
It's a pretty good model of a sports car, too, the way the Lady Blues play the game as well. On the other side, let's go for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Obviously, they lose by a big number. Not a lot of things to jump up and shout about, but you've got your pick already. I'll let you go ahead.
I've been the last two games. I think you look for the bright.
Paris Goggins, which I like a lot. I'm going to go in a different direction, although I did pick Paris Wednesday night. I'm going to go with Victoria Burgess. I thought she rebounded well for a guard, didn't score a whole lot, but got knocked around and had to survive some of that contact out front, and I think she did that very well. But Goggins, definitely a nice game. That will pretty much wrap it up for us, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the generous support of English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and sunny Merriman Bus Company. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. Select Air Mechanical and Electrical.
Our apologies out there, basketball and radio fans. Technical difficulties getting the best of us here towards the tail end of our broadcast. We were telling you that our broadcast is brought to you by Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Services, a family serving families since 1905. Select Air Mechanical and Electrical, your authorized Train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. E&S Mart, you'll find the most craft beers in stock for miles around and the best prices on gas. And your live internet broadcast at kdcountry.com, brought to you by Chris Owen, your Allstate agent in Lynchburg.